1.5 hours minimum standing in the queue before you get on the ferry on Lake Como. Not maybe, not if you have the bad luck. 1.5 hours is every day in summer. Then you get on the packed ferry, we're standing room only, you'll have someone's back in your face for 20 minutes, you finally get to Bellagio by 12 o'clock, your partner will be like, I told you that it's not a good plan, I told you that we should have planned better instead of listening to some blogger suggestion. Lake Como ferry is the single biggest problem why people are disappointed after visiting Lake Como. I have been doing Lake Como tours since 2016. Watch this video to enjoy Lake Como or skip it to waste 5 hours in the queue when you visit Lake Como. Lake Como is not complicated, it's not difficult. Think about rush hour and a big city. Morning, everyone drives in. Afternoon, everyone drives out. So the road at 6 in the morning is empty. The same road, 9 in the morning, is a total disaster. Same on Lake Como. Every day up to 40,000 people, they take the train from Milan and they all go to Como town or to Varenna, this little village you see behind me, and they all want to go to Bellagio. The good thing is that they all follow the same schedule, the same timing, and they all take the same ferry. If you understand the timing, if you understand the routes, you can avoid them and you're going to enjoy Lake Como, it's going to be yours. So let me be specific. On Lake Como, there are 2 master's routes. And if you follow one of those 2 routes, you'll be in trouble and you will waste hours of time. So which are those routes? Let's take a look at the map. So here is Lake Como map. Okay, as you can see, Lake Como is big, 47 kilometers long, and we have more than 40 villages on Lake Como. Every day up to 25,000 people come to Varenna. They all get off the train, they all go to the ferry terminal, and they all try to get to Bellagio, which is here right in the center of the lake. So people are going to Bellagio. After one, people from Bellagio, they try to get on the ferry, they try to get to Varenna, and they all take the train back to Milan along this side of the lake. Tourism route number 2 is people get by train to Como town. Here is the bottom of the lake. They get off the train, they all go to the ferry terminal here in Como. They all try to get the ferry to Bellagio, all the way up here. So actually the big queues are Varenna 10 until 2, the ferry terminal packed. Como town 10 in the morning until 3 p.m. the ferry terminal is a disaster, and Bellagio, the ferry terminal, is a disaster from approximately 12 until 4. So Bellagio is the little village for 4,000 people, and every day up to 40,000 people come from Milan. It's like you have the car for 5 people, okay, and 50 people want to get in that car. It's physically impossible. Before 9 in the morning, it's fine. After 10, crowded. Now, Lake Como tickets. You have different boats, okay, actually behind me you see the slow boat, and there is no timing on the ticket, so first come, first board. If you're lucky and you plan in advance, you book tickets online, few tickets are sold online. So you come here, you skip the queue to buy tickets, but you still need to wait in a queue to board the boat, because there are 2 different queues, okay? You buy tickets first and you board the boat later. Some people will tell you that you can tap your card, is contactless, and don't buy tickets. Well, technically yes, but it's tricky because actually people with the ticket, they board first. And try to guess what happens if the boat is full, if all the people with tickets, they filled up the boat, you don't get on. There is the fast boat or hydrofoil boat, speed boat, whatever you prefer. So on the ticket, you see the time. If you have the ticket, you board. What makes a lot of sense? If you buy a day pass, that costs 15 to 25 euro, depends on the destination, depends on the route. You need to do that the first thing in the morning, and you don't need to do the queue to buy tickets in other places. You see the queue behind me? Okay, so those people, they just randomly showed up to Varenna, or maybe they were trying to book tickets online, but it was sold out. And it's just the end of April. Can you imagine what is going to be here in May, June, July? I can, because I've seen that. If you just randomly come here without planning, it's not a good way to see Lake Como. So here is hour by hour breakdown. Before 9 in the morning, Lake Como is so quiet and peaceful, it's beautiful. You go to the ferry ticket office, you buy your ticket, and in 10 minutes you can board the ferry. Easy, simple, you're happy. After 10, the wave from Milan hits, and the ferry ticket office in Como and in Varenna is packed. Now, Bellagio. Actually, starting from 1 p.m., all the people who came to Bellagio from Como, from Varenna, plus huge coach tours, they try to leave Bellagio. The ferry is really bad. And sometimes I saw people waiting not for the second, but even for the third ferry. After 5, it gets peaceful, quiet, and is the Lake Como people fall in love with. If you're traveling with your friends, send them this video, because if you understand what I'm talking about and your friends, they have no clue about Como Lake ferries and queues, you will be arguing for hours what went wrong. Now, very important, when you go matters a lot. Beginning of November, end of March is quite peaceful. Well, in Bellagio and Varenna, many shops are closed, but you are coming here to see the lake, not for the souvenir shop. April and October is shoulder season. It's getting busier, but still manageable. If you don't come on weekends, especially on Sunday, it's very nice. May, June, July, and September, if you miss the timing, if you miss the place, it's going to be a total disaster. So guys, now that you are aware of what the big ferry problem on Lake Como is, I would like to tell you how to fix it. So option number 1, skip Bellagio and Varenna. I know that people don't want to hear this, but actually the Lake Como problem is that everyone is going to Bellagio, which is a tiny village that cannot fit all the tourists going there. Lake Como is big, we have more than 40 villages. Argenio, Mandello dell'Ario, Bellano are equally beautiful. You get the same lake, you get the same mountain, and it's not crowded and it's more authentic. Option number 2, like if you get to Bellagio Varenna before 9, it's so peaceful, so quiet, so nice. Or, like actually this is the most obvious option to me, but for some weird, I don't know which reason, people are not doing this. No one is going to Bellagio for dinner. I can't explain why. 40,000 people in Bellagio for lunch, 40 people in Bellagio for dinner. Just go there for dinner and you will enjoy. There are no people for dinner in Bellagio. In summer, the weather is still nice. It gets dark after 9 p.m. So it's one of the options how to enjoy Bellagio and Varenna. Or here I need to be straight with you. Buy small group Lake Como tour with pre-booked ferry and train tickets. Actually, I founded the Abroad Tour company in 2023. We are doing small group Lake Como tours, and we have 2 versions of Lake Como tours. So we visit Bellagio, Varenna, and Bellano Gorge. Bellano is the real hidden gem, not touristy and very authentic. And we have another version of Lake Como tour, more authentic, less touristy. We go to Como town, we do the boat cruise, we visit a village that is called Torno, really beautiful, pedestrian, spectacular, not touristy. And in the afternoon, we visit Lugano properly. If you get to Lake Como by bus, the roads are narrow and there are many traffic restrictions. And actually, some people, especially on Sunday, can waste 5 hours on the bus. So not enjoying the lake, but in the queue or on the bus. If you book on our website, abroadtours.com, you can use YouTube promo code to have the best conditions guarantee. But honestly, if you have seen this video until this point, you can easily, but I mean very easily, come to Lake Como, you can enjoy it, and you don't need the tour guide for the logistics. Of course, if you would like to have some context, if you want to hear some legends, anecdotes, behind the scenes stories, celebrity movies, a small group tour is the best way to experience Lake Como. And let me tell you this story. One day I had the family of 4 people, and they told me that a day before they spent 5 hours waiting for the ferry, Como to Bellagio and back. Not on the lake, not enjoying the lake, but standing in the queue to buy ferry tickets and to board the ferry. It doesn't need to be this way. You deserve to see Lake Como in a nice way, without hordes of people and without ferry lines. The ferry terminal workers, the boat company workers, they are very nice, very helpful people, but it's really challenging when they need to handle more than 10,000 people a day. It's really difficult.